Am I live? Am I live? Once again, I want to extend my condolences to the parents of Nolan Wells. Um, Watching the the interview, and as the dad spoke, I saw the grief begin to fall upon him. And right now, it seems hard to conceive that their baby is no longer here. And I want to point out to you the dangers of privilege and wealth without any accountability. In 2019, okay, Paul Terry Murdaugh. Now, his daddy was convicted of killing him and his mom. I think last year or the year before, I'm not sure. But prior to his death in 2019, Paul Murdaugh was out with some friends on a boat, and they all were drinking. And a young lady ended up losing her life, Mallory Beach. And I think they did a Netflix story on her. If I find it online, I'll link it in the description bar. Well, the Murdaugh family were a very powerful family in this town. I believe was in, I think, South Carolina. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think South Carolina. And they were very powerful. They could make things happen. They had power over the courts, the police, and it took a long time. There was a lot of cover up, and the case was still pending. This is from 2019. The case was still pending. Okay? The son was murdered in 2021 along with his mom. And his dad was accused of killing him. The father, a prominent lawyer, had a drug problem. He was stealing from his law firm. It was a lot going on. Just look up the case. Alex Murdaugh. Fast forward. I believe a similar situation happened. And on its face, because the young man is a foundational black young man, and his friends were white, evidence. They're moving like they don't care about their quote unquote friend. Now, it wasn't clear from the press conference with the Wells. I didn't understand. Not clear. He said the boy spent the night over her house. I don't know if it was his black friends or his white friends. That needs to be cleared out. Was it the friends on the boat? I'm just trying to I wasn't clear for that, because there were some black friends that weren't allowed to get on the boat because the boat was to capacity. So we're waiting for the autopsy results from the independent. The coroner did theirs, but my thing is, there's not enough power, not enough money to make me participate in a potential RICO, to become assessors after the fact. There's nothing. I'm going to wait and hold my judgment on the police. I want to hear from them a press conference saying that the case is officially closed. I know they made some preliminary statements, but I need to hear. But this is the problem where privilege goes unchecked. And there's no accountability. Because let me tell you something. I don't care. I ain't covering up no crimes for my children. A good parent will make sure his or her son cooperate with the police if they love their friend. If there was no foul play involved, cooperate. Be the first in line. Get some immunity and tell these parents what happened to their child. See, these kids were planning to go to college, and they know now. That's why they taking down social media posts and names are not being passed around, because they were planning on going to college. And everybody's big on how things look. And they know that if these people names get out, they're not going to be welcome at the college. These parents care more about appearances than substance and character. Because I would not be holding up any crime. It may be, what I believe, I don't know, but just based on the pieces that's coming out, drugs were involved. Somebody may slipped him a Mickey, cardiac arrest. So now you got to go after the person who supplied it, the person who sold it. You got to go after everybody. And that's what they're afraid of. That's what they're trying to cover up. And listen to the mom. That her son just want everybody. Let me tell you something. We got to deal with the world like there's devils on this planet. Don't feed your kids these fairy tales and don't prepare them for the devils that come in all shades. Yes, these kids have gone to school together. Yes, they may have slept over together, but they'll get on cold real quick. They'll get on cold real quick. So I just want to bring up this young lady, Mallory Beach. Look up her story. Because the Murdaugh may have done the same thing in her case. The cover-up. And look what happened. The son who allegedly caused the accident is dead because his daddy has been convicted of killing him and his mom. I'm done.